Hey guys, welcome back to Wealthy Wednesdays with the Property Queens. Thanks for watching us last week, covering the problems with retirement, the traditional retirement methods. Today we're going to be touching on how to get over those problems in the new age of retirement and what to do for a successful retirement. So guys, just curious, what are you currently doing to plan for retirement?
Putting us on the spot.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start.
You can go.
So what I have done is how we touched on a couple videos back about active interest and passive income. So my big thing is I invest in rental properties and fix and flips, and well, I guess fix and flips kind of ties into the active, but I basically have a lot of passive income, meaning I'll write some of this down, all the solutions. So things like rental properties, rentals are good because here's the thing about rentals and that I love is basically people always need a roof over their head. And so you know that you won't ever really struggle too much with finding that income to come in. And what's also awesome about using this as a retirement vehicle is because the more rental properties you have, it keeps up with inflation. So if inflation's going up, so do rental prices. So, and your mortgage is fixed generally, or if it's paid off cash. So that's really nice because it's going to give you the money that you're needing versus like how we talked about before, the problems, how it's like fixed and that's just what it is. You plan for 80 and so it's 80 versus like depending on the rental properties, you can kind of start leveraging them as well to get more rental properties and keep that going to adjust it to where you need to be on how much you need to make to cover your own bills. And so that's what I personally like. Also investing in different high index funds. I started really young. I got a high index fund at the age of 22, which I guess is kind of young in retrospect of things, because most 22-year-olds weren't thinking about retirement. So what's awesome about that is it's compound interest, which is really nice because it is setting me up where over time it's compounding that interest to build up. Like I'm only having to put a smaller amount in, and all of a sudden by the time I retire it's going to be 8% each year on the following years going forward, which is nice. So I'll let Sasha take it away a little bit too. I don't want to take the whole stage. So, here, what this?
Oh, thanks. I guess mine's more traditional. I don't want to say traditional because it's not at all this. But since my mom, and I don't know if some people that are new to this channel might not know, but my mom's a day trader. You don't even know this. She literally trades with like this huge group all over the world, and so from a very young age, I've been in stocks and bonds. So I put money into a Roth IRA account every year. So I guess I'll add this.
Oh yeah, and then add on there the high index fund that I forgot to put on the board.
Is my head covering the board?
It might be. I think it's fine.
My handwriting is horrible.
No, it's good.
Okay, so every year I just put, at least a minimum of like 1,000, 2,000, but really you want to aim higher. And then stocks and bonds. My mom technically handles this for me, but like 5th grade was when I started. Like I started way younger.
That's awesome.
But my mom made me pick between 2 different companies. She wanted me to research it. I had to present it to her and then explain why I picked one or the other. I was in 5th grade when I did this. And I picked Lucent and Disney because I wanted Disney. And she was like, well, you can't just have Disney just because you like Disney characters and princesses. So I researched both. I came up with this presentation, and at the end of it, I picked Lucent. Ask me how Lucent's done. I still have it.
Oh my God.
But anyway, so
that's awesome. Parents out there,
yes.
do stuff
Do
like
this.
that.
Great
with your
idea.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have long-term stocks, short-term, which my mom plays with daily just because it's what she does, which is another thing. She will probably never retire because to her that is fun and she loves it.
Well, I think there's different
yeah.
views on retiring.
Exactly.
Because so for me, I always plan to work, but how I plan to work is a lot different. Like I don't want to have to work, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's the difference between retiring, right? When I say I want to retire at 35, it means I don't want to have to feel like I know my bills are paid, even if I were to go travel around the world for a year or something like that.
Exactly. And
yeah,
that's
where
the
you
new age
create-
of retirement.
It
Is
is.
retirement is the point where you have the option to work.
Yeah.
You're not forced to work. And I think that's what retirement means to us now.
In the new age, it's
Yeah.
more living off passive income, making money while you sleep.
Yeah.
Is all
And
very important.
also, I'm doing rental properties and also Airbnbs. Starting to do that just because I want to be in that same space and I want to have money coming in. I think Airbnbs, I've read a lot of different blogs and they call them experiments where people have taken the same unit and either done a rental, like a long-term rental versus Airbnb, so they can see the expenses on both and how they like them. So right now I'm more interested in the Airbnb just because it is a slightly higher return on it.
Yeah.
But that's another thing that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And with Airbnbs just are awesome, especially if you're in a great market like we're in Nashville, which is such a hot market
Such a
for,
good market right now.
you know,
Tourism.
short-term rentals,
Oh, yeah.
tourism, stuff like that. To caveat a little bit on what I already said in the high index fund, and parenting. So what I did for my son, who's 3, when I got him from the same person who got me the index fund, he let me know that there is, it's called $1 Million Baby, basically, where I started investing into his index fund for him, and I pay, like $300 a month, every month until he's 22. And it's awesome because it's going to cover his first down payment on a house, his college tuition pretty much. Like they have a set amount of what it would be, and it's always raising all the time with college tuition. So hopefully it's enough to cover it. But anyway, so it does that. And then also what's awesome is because it's compounding interest for so long, it's from when he was 6 weeks old all the way, it's going to cover until he's 65, and it'll start paying out his retirement through that. And all I have to do is pay $300 a month from when he was born, or 6 weeks old, to when he turns 22. So I love that.
That is such a good idea.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest keys is starting young.
Yeah.
Because the younger you start, the more time you have for that interest to compound and that investment, whatever it may be, to grow and carry you through your retirement, whatever your retirement looks like. So all those being said, those are exactly what I preach to my clients most of the time. A lot of those options, having multiple income streams. And the reason for that is, as I will show you on our whiteboard.
Handy dandy whiteboard.
We talked last week about that stable,
No, move over here.
expected
I'm not near there.
spending throughout retirement, which is not always
You
realistic.
wanna come?
So, what your spending actually looks like, it's more like this. You're gonna spend a lot more than you think the first few years. Then it dips down, it levels off for a while. And then as your healthcare costs increase, your spending increases again. So ways you can get around that, which inflation has a big impact on that, is the rental. Having those rental properties that keep up with inflation, because you can change that rent whenever you get a new renter in. The index funds are fantastic, they're following the market. All of your great savings tools, whether it's your IRA, your 401k through your employer, and touching on that, really maximizing whatever your employer is giving you. If they're giving you a match, take advantage of that free money.
Yeah.
And starting young, because that allows your investment to grow. Your stocks and bonds, finding things and doing research on products and companies that you believe in, just like you did with your mom. I love that idea. And so really finding something that works for you and make sure you understand it. I know so many times, sitting down again.
Should we switch?
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll draw that on there and then we'll come back down.
Okay.
Is there anything else I was gonna write up there?
Multiple income streams, start young, IRAs,
I think it's
401k match, CPA.
Well, we'll touch on IRAs a little bit more.
Okay.
So, where did we leave off? So touching on IRAs a little bit more, you have a couple of different options within IRAs or individual retirement accounts. You have different tax treatments of those. So really working with your financial advisor and your CPA to find out which one is best for you. There are so many great options now. We're seeing new options pop up every year because the market is changing, the way we save is changing. And the biggest thing you can do is just start saving now, whether it's $10 every paycheck going into an account, or it's $1,000 every, whatever you have. Just start saving out of your free cash flow that you have available at the end of the month, or budgeting it into your plan so that you really have a set concrete goal of saving and putting that money away for you to access later.
Exactly. And starting young, so you don't have to, when you're older, have to compensate and put a couple thousand down a month just to keep up. So
In terms of a Roth IRA versus just a straight IRA, aren't there different tax benefits I should know, or consequences?
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah, there are. So you have your Roth IRA and a traditional IRA. Your Roth, you put in money after tax. So it's money that you've already paid taxes on. It's taxed at your current tax rate. Put money in there. So that would be just money you're receiving from your salary, other income sources. After you pay taxes on that money, you put it into the Roth IRA, and that's where it starts to grow and accumulate depending on what you have invested in. Your traditional IRA, you're putting that money in pre-tax. So you're not paying any money on those taxes up front, and then anything you take out of that account, you're taxed on. Now with both of those accounts, if you take anything out before you're age 59 and a half, right now, according to IRS law, you pay 10% penalty on those. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
all things to consider planning your retirement and trying to make that money.
Yeah, and checking with your CPA and your financial advisor to find what the best fit for you is, because they're really going to know your tax situation in depth.
And disclaimer, we're not a tax firm, we're not CPAs, so
No.
can't hold us liable for this.
It's just basically our experience, our opinions on how to create a new age retirement.
Exactly.
Thank you for watching us this Wednesday on our Wealthy Wednesdays on the Property Queens. Hopefully all of these tips and tools were helpful in helping you plan your retirement. And make sure you watch us next Wednesday. Bye.